but
as long as it's not him. Okay, Fnatic on defense, G2 on attack. Kayak gets the Sheriff. Dude, Kayak with a Sheriff is very scary on pistols.
It's going to be the name of the game for both of these squads on their attack sides, feeling out what the defense has got going.
They really thought there was going to be some kind of B, by the way. 4 passing over to a... Whoa. Whoa.
Blood's going to be drawn out. The G2 bodies are dropping.
Wait, did Jorgman just really send it on site?
Eager to try and take site control, but they've got a crossfire center to try and contest.
Oh my goodness, what is this pistol?
You're doing that. Jonah P. drive by, swings by. And just like that, in a blink of an eye, it's Fnatic now that are on the back foot.
What a plant as well. They're planting so that they can take heaven control. They know that at least one of these players is on the flank.
Alpha is going to try and deliver shoulder to shoulder. Him and the IGL. Both
what the hell is going on?
To connect. Not anticipating it. Boaster delivering an Alpha from the side.
Dude, this
Boaster's on his feet already. Round
this is
one.
so wild, man.
We'll be seeing a lot more of that. G2 almost there, turning around a 3v5
This kill was crazy. Then Jorgmo sends it on site with a TP. And then that's mental. And then that's also mental. In terms of his play.
Untradeable. And then cleans things up towards the end as well. He's cooking.
He's ever
he is cooking there. The 4-1 pistol.
I think having the fans so close to this event
yeah, I mean, everyone was there. He done a nice fast kill.
Absolutely.
He does love it. He's talked in interviews as well, Boaster, about trying
to
just
Owl
get
goes
the
out. Everyone can get one shot, but they also gotta go up against. Ooh, that's nice as well.
But he has been in the scene for such a long time.
Yeah, now it's Leaf's
been
time.
Astoundingly successful. He's talked in this tournament actually about becoming the greatest leader of all time. I think if you made the list right now, it would have to be Boaster at the top.
Boaster is at the top.
But he'd like another tournament here, just to properly seal the deal.
Set it in stone. And we're expecting a slower, methodical game from both of these teams. Going to be taking their time with it.
Might feel like a bit of a
Boaster, I think Boaster can break the record for the oldest pro.
But both of these teams,
especially with this event, I feel like some teams are like too slow to make some kind of reads and do risks. I mean, not saying they're the riskiest team ever, but Fnatic always come up with like pretty good stuff. And I think that'll get you far.
Holding close. Catches the contact over the
He's like 5-6 years away though.
Towards the back. The ghost in hand, and he's going to be
Angel will be doing it till 50. Maybe.
Get active, Kayak. Tearing them apart. Leaf's just going to try and do whatever damage he possibly can from this spot. Has the spike in his back pocket, but no time really to work with. And Fnatic,
how old is the oldest CS pro?
Happy to wait it out.
Howard's Carrigan. It's probably him at the moment, at least at like a top level.
One shot here. Leaf's seen if he can bait somebody out. Ends up falling to the Outlaw of Crash. He's posted up towards spawn. So fairly clean
Carrigan's
at the end of the
35.
day. Fnatic managing to keep 3 decent bits of weaponry heading into their bonus round. And I think a lot of it's about figuring out what these setups
like. It's a little jump peek as well.
Bait and switch setups. On the pistol round, we saw that.
Depending on the timing of your swing, yeah, probably going to go for that guy.
Starts walking towards B, they get hit with the paranoia and pounced upon. G2 are just going to be trying to feel this out. Figure out what kind of game Fnatic are playing. Where does Boaster want to?
Yeah, they know the Outlaw's in play.
Where does Boaster want to tell his team to fight?
But they.
This round, potential.
They've gone for 3
for a bit of a collapse on
light
Leaf
armors.
if he does take that aggressive
regen armors.
Chilling for now, though. Pressure from G2 up towards B.
It's a bold one. Open the door on this one. We've got a line.
Should be a bit of fear into the back
oh,
of
boy. Okay, well, there's still 3 people that can get one shot from this. Omen Flash. Oh, it's looking kind of nice for Fnatic on this one. Boaster doesn't get smoked until 5 seconds. And maybe Crashy's needed to stay calmer.
Exploration of Fnatic is getting punished here.
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird push actually from Kayak. I think both players that died towards
I think both of them need to chill.
Probably could have played that situation better. But G2 end up slowing down the pace, hitting the brakes in a 4v3. And this allows Valen to just test out the map again. Trent still has both of these salvos to work with too. So they could play a really powerful post plan. They are set up, though, to split into B, and that's exactly where Boaster's waiting with the Stinger. They don't realize A is empty.
Boaster
oh god, the timing.
with the Stinger in hand. Just got the util out.
Outlaws here though. Does he get an angle? Smoke, vision block. Yeah, it's going to be hard. They got a molly to maybe stop the plant.
It's a nice
in the hands of Chronicle. It's not exactly
So
set up for
close.
success.
It's a nice use there from Trent of just a solo salvo into that B connector, the waterfall.
It was looking
in order
so
to push
good
back
for
the players,
Fnatic.
and he's still got a salvo to play afterwards.
And then two kind of misplays.
G2 want to keep this clean.
Toxins going up.
All signs pointing towards it. Alpha is tepid, just tiptoeing in. Chronicle will be able to trade, but
Hey, very nice, dude. If you're
back in
G2, you're
kind.
taking this for sure.
So around on the board now for G2.
Boaster does have enough money to drop an omp, but
A couple of players getting fairly close to some ultimates.
Is this Crashies that was on
Jonathan
0 here?
Trent winding their way up to double initiator ults. It won't probably be online here, or if they are, it'll be in the post plant. But we've got a pretty important eco swing round coming up in round 4. Fnatic are going to go for an Odin purchase as well. Crashy's picking that one up to play it from tree.
Bacon art. I'll have to check it out.
Aiming to do chip damage
I've got
early
something
on to
for you
these
as well
G2
that I
players
showed
contesting rubble.
Keeper.
It's going to be a hail of bullets and lead. Sways him for a moment. Leaf is still...
Okay, but they create the pressure out towards A, so question mark for G2
need to defend
and
rubble,
Kayak.
instead, G2 are creeping up towards B, and Kayak, he's got to defend.
Oh.
Salvos pop open towards the door there. You blinds it as a
My
man.
goodness.
Still G2.
Oh,
my!
how's he done
You
that?
can't stand up
5
to it.
HP survives as well.
Chronicle obliterates 3.
And even though Kayak may be melted a little bit, Chronicle's
Perfect timing,
completely
even
cleaned
though
up.
Fnatic weren't 100% sure how that B exec was coming through. Does Crashies get caught just jiggling the corner? If he did, it would open up the A site and make a 2v4 possible.
Missed the timing on it.
Oh, Leaf saw him.
Backs away anyway.
It's going to be very difficult for Valen and Leaf to dig themselves out of this spot. Fnatic are giving them room, though, giving them respect, allowing them even to get a plant off, assuming that they'll be able to win the retake with bodies and with the paranoia, with the C's, with the horn, tools that they still have to be able to work with.
Should be a clean retake indeed. Discipline still there from Fnatic. Wing it out. Jump spot of Crashies has missed the potential timing here. Just swinging wide. Trying to take that fight towards it, but smoke into your face, Valen. Has to really just try and get a move on. Now he's onto the side. It's an off-angle play from him, but still player advantage. And the paranoia is beautiful. Splits them up with just the right amount of time, but no way! Valen!
Damn, bro, that is...
What a beast!
Yeah, what a beast.
What a
He made
play
that look
there.
so easy.
But
Oh
what a
boy.
fumble. Too cautious
Two
from
really
Fnatic,
rough
I
rounds
think.
from Fnatic.
Talked about the fact that they love playing to
There's
give their opponents
2v4
respect
at
and
its
play the
peak.
advantage in the retake. But the paranoia pushed Valen off onto an off angle, and they just weren't there ready for the trade. It was only Chronicle that swung through off Alpha's contact, and he only had about 6 health to work with.
Want an early timeout if you're Fnatic, maybe?
Lose a really
I think they should have won
important
both of
swing
these.
round here. And now the ult cycle is going to start to get online for G2. Assuming they can clean up an anti-eco, Fnatic might have just lost control of this defense half early on.
Meant to the swinging. Just
Oh
the back
boy,
of
we're
the
messing up
heroics of the
Tevez
captain
as
of
well.
G2.
Jesus.
Two of our greatest minds in the game facing off against each other.
Feels like a battle of the generations when it comes to the IGLs as well. Valen, bit of a new kid on the block compared to the experience of Boaster, but he's been fantastic.
boy.
And Boaster caught out in the open
They
again.
gotta
That's
call
twice
a
already
timeout.
in the very first quarter of this map.
I mean, some of it you could say is unlucky, but...
It's not full steam ahead from G2. There's still a level of caution. Fnatic are stacking this with a multitude of bodies. It is the eco
Okay,
round.
it's a chance for
I think the read here from Valen
G2
is
to get
perfect.
a lot of money.
Well, here with a
Oh!
marcher in the hands of Alpha.
It's a great
That's
shot.
snappy. Quick scope straight to the head. He is taken care of, though. Chronicle's still trying to
Do you have Viper Molly?
square up, take a fight, posturing ever so slightly. Taking it with the off-angle play. Crashies is highlighted, lit up. There's no more. So G2 taking the lead early on here in Lotus.
Shot.
That damage from Alpha, yeah, with the Marshal. It looks like Fnatic are going to need some more moments like that. What Alpha's been able to do
Definitely a timeout,
recently in their games has been spectacular. And those are the danger moments that you need to be able to add in there. But otherwise, G2 dealt with that really quite cleanly, even though they went into the stack in the end.
Oh, timeout.
And here's the ults that we were talking about. But Fnatic by saving, have managed to get Kayak an operator in his hands.
Odin
Looking to try to get him
up.
posted up over towards A. That's where the Odin is as well. And only Alpha defending here on C.
Yeah, Salvo to force over towards C, the great question mark, and at the same time,
the early line.
Leaf
Hello, Leaf.
uses the smoke and wall to get out over towards.
Potentially anticipates he's going to play his life, try and back the hell out.
Oh my, Trent.
Over the shoulder, that bait and switch.
Yeah, that was lovely. And they tunnel vision too much on
and didn't realize that Leaf
Leaf
also had backup
getting hit by the Fade Eye.
And down went the IGL again of Fnatic, who's having a rough go of things here.
I mean, the bait was lovely, yeah. Everyone had backup. Especially they create pressure over towards C. They definitely thought there were numbers over towards C.
It's difficult to get value out of the pit here in the mid-round when Jorgamo still has his dimensional drift to clear everything. But here it goes.
Yeah, using it nice and early. Just trying to spot out.
Yeah, I like this from Kayak, though. This was great from Kayak. Oh, this was really nice from Fnatic, though. One pass into bait, two people to swing off of it. Misinformation from the Yoru ult. That was really cool. That was great play from Kayak to hide on this one. If he gets another kill, they gets all.
Set up a pit of their own in the post plan. So if G2 want to win this round, it's got to be proactive.
Yeah, Jonah with the plant manages to get Fatal, and this is why this guy's fighting here, because a lot of teams will try and take this map control to put their Killjoy down.
Reclaiming the space now. There's an
yeah, as soon as he TP's out of there, they realize they're going to take it.
Whip from Kayak with how he's been playing. K damage kicking in, get a TP, Valen's barely out of there.
But Jorgamo's the player.
Yeah. Chronicle wins this fight out, and that's going to be locked down to secure.
That's a one round.
Fnatic have all the advantages here. Everything in the world going their way.
You can understand why G2 are doing it though, right? They got to fight this area just because of the Killjoy. Just the pure pressure of it being there, they got to fight it. So still a nice idea from G2. I think Fnatic handled this Yoru ult insanely well.
It's a big recovery in this round from Fnatic. If they'd lost here in the 4v5, would have been a disaster. But Kayak gets good value out of his op, and honestly, the way that G2 were utilizing the Yoru ult, Fnatic read the timings, and they just knew that people were going to start pushing up off the back of it. Chronicle has got great reads on that kind of stuff. He's been around the block. One of our most experienced and one of the greatest
it's been that permaban bacon
players of all time.
Is in G2's though.
The accolades, man.
He's already got 3 trophies. If Fnatic can somehow pull off this lower bracket run, he will just be out miles ahead of everybody else with 4.
Making a serious case for one of the greatest of all time. G2 feeling pressured into the timeout here.
G2 timeout. They managed to take a timeout before Fnatic.
A pretty serious shift in Fnatic's defense now that they've got the operator online. They are still finding holes over towards A early on, but what G2 are struggling with is being able to take the site without getting caught by one of the Fnatic players who's just trying to get one and back up. It's not like Fnatic are trying to defend the sites to the death, but they're just trying to grab one G2 player and then back it up and always force G2 to be the ones that have to overextend and overfight to get the space and get the plant. Take a look and see what the adjustments are coming out of this tag time.
A lot of ults on this one. Crashies needs to make sure that someone can drop him.
Showstopper in the previous.
I mean, it's just a big pivotal round.
Because if you get caught, pull out the ult, and you can often stop yourself from getting punished. So he's actually going to go maybe for a solo peek over towards B, which is
looks like it.
Properly aggressive. Oh no, backs it up early.
Yeah, he's tempted.
Just listening for audio cues.
Yeah, it looks like he knows where to stand once the Prowler goes in. Dude, with more sound, he's ready to insta-pop it. But this was nice from G2. See how they were ready for this? That's impressive. They Prowlered here, the Fade goes away, and then they realize that off of the actual Killjoy turret, they ult. That was very nice from G2. Great anti on this one. Yeah, read into their setup once they have a defensive Razor.
We've seen people even pick up attack side ops to try to punish that.
Alpha.
Dude, the Yoru
feeling the heat.
The Yoru pressure at the moment and the Yoru value in this round is insane.
Doors opens up. B is caught for. There's lots of ults to try
TP into this corner as well. When Flash goes in. Oh, the Seize is very nice.
He's locked G2 down.
Jorg teleported into it.
TP past. Poster is here, laying in wait with the Odin up through the high ground. The attempt there made. Chronicle just the one before the trade is
Beidou into spam. Maybe mistimed this a little bit. It's a great tail.
Clearing out a lot of the extremities. G2
yeah, I
trying
think
to
with
hold on.
with a lot of the util that they had, they probably should have waited with the Fatal here. Reload over towards Heaven, didn't manage to use the raise
He
nade.
knows that he's going to try to take the timing, calls for backup, and now realizes Alpha hasn't committed.
Has he done that?
Just gone down there. I'm not sure if these are just stray shots coming through. Alpha
Perfect trade.
gets the one traded instantly.
Yeah,
Now
but
drone.
Leaf's
The
playing really well.
spots him out, highlighting across the board. Leaf has got to back away, trying to play his life. Sliders of corner, snaps the one.
Leaf played it perfect though. Leaf played it perfect on this. Yeah, I think the Fatal was just really off with what was going on. The rest of the team just weren't even ready for it.
Look at how tight the timing is on that one. Jorg just escaping with absolutely no damage done.
Shot.
Crazy kill onto Jonah P there too. But what I like from G2 is that they were hyper aware of the threat of Alpha here on the flank. Alpha is going to be playing C aggressively, and when he opens that door, Trent and Valen doubled up to deal with him. You've got to put 2 guys on Alpha at all times, and even then, Finesse will tell you, it doesn't always work.
Yeah. Alpha perfectly capable of taking over. We've seen it, especially in their prior game.
Is it going to get spammed? No spam?
Risky setup here, but necessary. It's a half-buy round for them. That is sharp. Over towards the mound, though. This is about to be a bloodbath that's occurring, and it's all going away. Surely
absolute shots, though.
Into a 2v2.
Leaf, though, he caught the perfect kill on Boaster on the other side of things, and now it's all on Kayak with only a Bucky. I mean, he's just begging Valen to walk into him. If he doesn't, how is he going to take the kill?
Scurry of the footsteps.
Yeah, Valen was on top of it the whole time.
And at that kind of range, Kayak,
Still,
unfortunately,
it was a
as good as he
nice
is,
eco in the
doesn't
end.
particularly have a chance. We were talking about how dangerous Alpha can be, and that setup over towards Mound almost found Fnatic a turn of the fates. The shots were good, but the weaponry, I don't think was quite up to scratch. And once again, actually, this kill, when Leaf was able to pick up Boaster, and Boaster's kind of, you know, inside his smoke
had to
again,
walk forwards to do his smoke. Yeah. Do you even can you not smoke there without pushing that corner? I think you can as well.
Is that Boaster's frequently getting caught out.
Maybe not.
He's 2-6 right now, but it's not necessarily about the score.
You have to move. Okay, yeah.
Playing, you know, those kind of numbers and be playing a great game, frankly. But at the moment, he's trying to hold important positions on defense and getting caught out by unexpected timings. And I think that's going to have to tighten up if Fnatic want a chance of being able to win the rest of these rounds on their defense half at least.
I mean, it's been a sloppy half. There's been some nice stuff added in there.
A timeout taken for Fnatic to recoup. See if they can dig deep. It's only a 2-round lead so far for G2.
It's well within the realms of being able to recover, but when you say it's a 2-round lead, Fnatic also won the pistol here.
Okay, Odin back out
the other
towards
6 rounds that we've seen, when rifles have started getting on board.
So they want to try set up the one over towards A, and
consistent.
G2 have 3 people
no
here.
Operator in the hands of Fnatic. They don't have the wealth to be able to put that into Kayak's hands. And once more set up to go for some kind of B split attempt. The spike headed up here and a potential for a wrap through blue room.
Potential for a brawl. This is Fnatic stacking 3 bodies. Trying to retake some of that rubble control away from where Leaf has just been lurking.
Leaf, he kind of needs to
nice, yeah. He makes it feel like he's actually close. Big play from Alpha. Oh my goodness. A little bit bold on this one. Okay, let's see how they handle the retake. They at least did the good thing last time, the opening door, creating pressure. Do they open door before they turn this corner? Yeah, open door, turn the corner, double swing. Damn, Leaf did it. Leaf did great. This is very nice from Fnatic. This is like the best way of retaking here. Right, we said it in the Wolves game, where they take the 2 most important positions.
Time needs to be played. It's already taken away. It's up to Trent.
It's a good play from Valen. He might be fast on Boaster here.
What really can you do from this spot? Timing is taken into a 2v2. They got to know where these players are. To smoke, obfuscate, hides the intent.
Yeah, very nice. Good retake from Fnatic. Priority of the right positions.
Nice and pretty for Fnatic.
Bit of a strange situation there towards the end. A couple of the G2 players left in the clutch, and it almost looked like they didn't know where the plant was. A B pop. Alpha swings through, but it's this flank play that made the difference. In previous rounds, Leaf has been escorted into rubble at the start of this round. He got pushed out immediately. He got caught by a horn.
Dude, how is that a red smoke
fully out through
on
A
site?
and get the rat play working. The more they can get the read on that, the more they can actually figure out exactly where Leaf is on the map, the better their defense half is going to look. And they've knocked G2 down onto a light
Valen
5.
smoke? Yeah, this is what it looked like from the replay. And then I was watching Bolster, he didn't throw it.
Really far up, it's going to be a Paranoid blinds it up, and there's already players just on your tail.
My goodness.
This goes Quadit, it is carnage.
Oh my god, bro, what is this?
Caught up into the corner from the seas, and Valen was very quick.
Look at their HPs, oh my god, the molly nearly got him. There's 3 people down to 1, and they don't get anything
could have
from
claimed
it.
a couple of lives there, though everybody on G2 was weak, but that was chaos.
Dude, it's real scrappy
Alpha,
at the moment.
with the wrong read of what was happening, they thought it was going to be an A-side default again, and G2 have found an opportunity to pick up a couple of weapons and slow things down a little. It's looking more even now.
Look, smoke from G2. Praying that Fnatic would go for some form of re-exploration, clearing up the map.
And I think this is a really important situation where you've got to look at Boaster again. He's going to be doing this jump spot. He's been caught out in positions like this, throwing smokes a couple of times. He's got to make sure that he maintains this information.
He's gone forwards. Trust the advantage.
God,
He's
it's insanely bold from him. It's insanely bold. 2-person hold still over towards C, great shot, nade as well.
Alongside Chronicles, a
Very nice.
defense. The lock and key here. There's only one left to stand against it. Jonah P.
The awkward double close range guardian. Yeah, they got a lot of ults as well here.
And I think it
I mean, I like the idea from
Because it's
G2.
something that he struggled with a little bit so far in this defense half.
Fake
But he played
calls, you
that
don't hear the
situation
TP.
beautifully, didn't he? Had the read that it was going to be a fake.
It was pure mayhem here. Let's do this a
Managed
team
to get the
stun.
timing on the drone and catches Trent as well. So not only does he get the kill, he feeds
Dude,
full
how is there
the
so
Guys,
much
this is gonna
team
be a
util
team
wrecking
hit.
them?
100%
Team
this
stun,
A pressure
round
is
before,
fake.
team smoke to make sure that
And this
Fnatic
is now
could
an
full
even half,
defuse.
5-5.
Like, what's going on here?
With arguably better ultimates here for Fnatic to close out on defense.
Door's going to be opened up. This is G2. Attempted a bit of that slow siege.
That is so
Dude,
much damage
insta-lock.
onto Jorgamo there as well.
Down to 61.
I think he would have been aiming to pick up an orb in this round, see if he could get the ultimate online. 4 players from Fnatic over here doing a reclear.
Yeah, it's a lovely reclear. You get that Odin set up as again.
Could be the timing to try to activate somebody like Leaf on the other side of the map. But
Oh, dude, it is just their Razor.
This
This is interesting from Kayak though. No way, hit the pillar so it didn't go all the way through. Trent was too far back.
That's amazing from Jorg and Trent.
Oh god, this could be disgusting as well. 76 bullets on this one, so need to reload.
Plenty of bodies about to be coming towards you.
Dodges the Fatal. Do look at this spam. Boaster takes the timing. Wait, Boaster ramped back into the ult. And then gets spammed.
Not to be dismayed, trying to get a bit of a move on, trying to claim that A site. Moving forwards, that game of time, it's Chronicle. Gets the better of the adversary.
He's been really good so far, Chronicle, a pillar for his team to rely on. And G2.
Dude, I feel like I'm watching the same rounds over and over again. You left over towards here, now they can ult. Surely they check behind.
Huge, but look at the wrap. Look at Alpha, yeah, already aware of
Have we seen the same round 2 times?
Drop down.
Saw the same thing with the Razor earlier.
Alpha oversteps
4
himself.
bullets, make your bullets.
Down regardless, Chronicle. Lays down that snake bite.
They can
Now
just
there's
stick it,
timing
right?
to be taken.
Oh, this
Fnatic
is nuts.
Getting a run on.
This is so nuts.
It's been stuck to hand.
Great
Heads
shot.
apart.
Are they planning a little bit more for
Chronicle
heaven? Holy hell, I see them from G2.
Dismissed entirely.
Another round for Valen
Sure,
where he
man.
comes through in the clutch, and my God, what
I
a
can't
call
bother
as
to point
well.
out all the mistakes, man.
Dismantling Kayak's ult. Oh, it landed on the pillar too.
Oh, Jesus.
Tragic. The
Not
way
again,
that
man,
splash
not
worked, but
again.
it's the
Why'd you
final
run
call,
into
this
the
double wrap
fatal?
up through heaven and around behind onto Alpha. Alpha decides to swing aggro on a timing, thinking that it'll catch them off guard. And maybe doesn't account for the fact that they're both going for the flank. And the fact it was planted for heaven as well, it's a really nice way to play that situation.
No, the idea from G2 to go all the way around was awesome. They knew because of the round before that they were going to do this. I didn't realize Fnatic was so telling with their ults as well.
Sending it flying forward here with a dimensional drift.
Saying that though, G2 do same Yori ult.
G2 looking to at least take this space. Doors are open wide. Paranoia already expended. Most is going to be using it. This
Absolute chaos. How has Crashies done that? Crashies did unbelievable. Didn't get his ult off, and that's a huge duel.
contest. Odin in hand.
Pure chaos. It feels like I'm watching Paper X against Paper X.
Incredibly aggressive swing there from Jorgamo.
Forwards, no committal. Those are just looking for that information, and the timing potentially is here for Trent.
Alpha, yeah, worried that he's getting flanked from B main, even though the turret is actually watching it. So I think Alpha probably could have just stayed over here. But Chronicle is tightening the net at all times.
Toxins going up.
Putting a squeeze on him now. Already revealed to the side there. Chronicle.
Somehow we get to a 6-6.
6-2-6 at the half.
What a scrappy half.
A strong recovery in this half from Fnatic after it looked like G2 were running away.
It's one of those halves where I feel like every team could look at it and be like, yeah, we should have had like 9 or 8.
I think this implies we've got a great game on our hands with how even things have started here on Lotus.
Yeah, competitive between these two juggernaut teams. All the way through, 6-2-6. Could not ask for a better start to the series overall.
Paper X Wolves look cleaner than this. Way cleaner. Especially side-by-side Lotus, yeah.
Stuff. We're going to send it down to the floor. Vansili is standing by with G2 Hammy.
Thank you so much, Brent. I'm joined back on the floor by G2's own Arabian Stallion, Hammy. Hammy, how has Toronto been treating you so far?
Honestly, Toronto's been amazing. The people here are amazing, and just like, yeah, overall great.
What about the event? You were telling me you were walking around the venue the whole time, checking out the activations and everything. How's the experience right here in Masters Toronto?
The experience is amazing. I mean, like I said, the people here in general, they're just like lovely to meet and all that, but yeah.
That's us, man. That's Canadian.
It's good.
We just love hugs.
Yeah, I do.
Let's get back in the game, though, and talk about G2, because you're basically the honorary sixth man for G2. Talk me through the tale from Trent. Why is he bringing it back?
Okay, I mean, I feel like Trent gets too much disrespect. He doesn't need Teo. It doesn't matter who he's playing. He's the best initiator I've ever seen play the game. But yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I just wanted to hear it from your words as well. And also tell me why G2's in the golden era and why they're going to win this series against Fnatic.
Yes, we'll be winning this series. Not only this series, but we'll be winning the entirety of Masters, I think.
Oh, the whole Masters.
We will be winning Masters, yes.
Okay, and so Wolves coming up next. You think you're going to have this easy against Sufat Baby and crew?
Yeah.
Okay, and last but not least, I want you to give encouraging words to the G2 players playing up there and also to your fans around the world.
Okay, honestly, G2 doesn't even need it. They're going to win. But I hope everyone's doing good. I mean, that's all. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, I love you guys.
You got it all. Hammy, thank you so much for your time. Let's toss it back to the game.
Heart of Gold with the Prime, thank you for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Not wrong as well. And Noon as well, thank you for the Prime, appreciate the 21 months. And Cramvi as well with the 5 months. Thank you for the Prime usage as well, dude. Thank you, thank you.
Talking about it when it came up as well, because it's a great map for Fnatic. It's one of the ones that they have been lights out on all year.
Yeah, it's at the top of both teams' map pools, and I think you really get the clash between both of the callers. Opposite sides of the spectrum, actually, in terms of results. You can see reflected in the Coinbase Econ report. Chronicle having an amazing half. Boaster struggling a little bit. Valens at the top of the scoreboard, actually, if you're just looking at kills as well. But I think more than productivity, it's going to be the game plans that are going to make the difference here in half number 2. I mean, when I've been looking at these teams, G2, they play for retake a ton. They're on their defense half. They've been winning almost 40% of them. Fnatic are winning post plants 83% of the time. One of those stats has got to give today. Is it going to be Fnatic closing out these rounds cleanly?
Clash of those styles.
Sure.
Leaping into the
So you control for Fnatic. That's it on this one. Got turret for the info over towards B.
Slow and steady for Fnatic.
They are the slowest team on the attack side that we have, but they're extremely diligent with it. They use the time to make sure that they dismantle trap plays. And yeah, it can get tense towards the end. The clock can sometimes be Boaster's worst enemy.
Oh, boy.
But Alpha might be his best friend.
Double pistol. His timing on that swing was outrageous, by the way.
I mean, that should be signed, sealed, and delivered on the pistol round. Fnatic with a potential here, a great opportunity to win both pistols on this map. And that can make all the difference in spots like this where both teams are good. Jorg might be going for a bit of a re-exploration over towards B as well. He's just trying to backfill this space. but it's all on Valen to defend here with one paranoia.
Okay, so Juggernaut's going to swing. The turret's going to go off, and then are they then just going to straight head over towards A? Yeah.
What is the call?
Everyone goes over towards A, and as we can see, it's a free site. Valen with the classic.
I take a few risks of his own out towards the blue room, and this is all covered in time. Kayak is
nice shots, nice shots. It's nice shots from everyone across the board.
Two players. It's a pistol round in the back pocket here for Fnatic.
Nail on the
like
pistols.
said, it could make all the difference in a map like this.
Absolutely flawless. I mean,
the timing of it
from the first hit,
it's just insane. This is great shots from him, though.
Then how clean Kayak looks with these shots coming out from his ghost afterwards. It's a beautiful round. It's clean, it's sharp.
Whoever it was.
I mean, Kayak, I think you should probably give credit to your newest player.
Okay, 2-0.
It's going to be tough for G2 to recover from this kind of situation. You will sometimes see them force, even on defense, but this is not one of those times. G2 just playing for money in the bank. Another really important thing to pay attention to between these two teams is who has more of the utility once we get into post-plant scenarios.
Omen Flash with 2 here.
Yeah,
they just had the spike go down.
Paranoia in the back pocket. Primed by Valen, looking for signs of life at the spam. Surely that's it.
Oh, Alpha, mate.
For a little bit further, there it is.
Jesus, headshot.
Button's gonna be called for, but that paranoia.
God, look at everyone. Honestly, I think Chronicle should have had another there. It looked good. It looked like it was on him. Oh, for God's sake, Alpha.
Clean up duty.
Some really nice shots, man. I can't believe all of these were
It's
headshots.
allowing the players on Fnatic to build up more and more towards those ultimates.
Hello, Yumpy. How are we doing? Chicken and rice today. The
Trying to get
classic.
cleaned up.
Oh,
Nice for the classic.
he did the right damage in the end. Okay, managed to keep
here to
the main guns, though.
Chronicle is 19 and 10 right now.
He's shooting so
been
fast,
amazing.
yeah.
He's
His
just
aim
been
was on
so
there.
calm. And like I said earlier, he's been a rock that the rest of the team can rely on in these difficult positions. He's not making the play to change the round necessarily, but when G2 force the aggression into him, he just collects it and absorbs it perfectly. You can't get past him. So Fnatic with a bonus round, but a bonus round that they've also forced an attacking operator into.
Punish Leaf, he's been peeking this one often. The defensive setups differ, though. G2 making changes to it. Quick dink there through Mound. There needs to be some call for help.
They get a good amount of info. Look at the damage done.
Essentially single digits.
Leaf 15, regen armor 62 on Valen. Realize that they're fighting this heavy so they can take A for free and not going to fight both of them at the same time.
And realize they got caught by the drone there.
Okay, so then they secure A control and they can leave it. Prowler goes out as well, so they feel like they might have a good timing. Might see a BC default.
So they'll have to be hyper aware of areas that Alpha's going to try to peek.
Door opened up here by Chronicle.
Are you perma-bulking is a crazy statement.
Done so successfully.
Yeah,
not
really nice.
not on purpose,
from the defenders
but I do sit down a lot.
Freeze up this re-exploration towards Mount. This was the area, remember, that G2 were fighting over, so it's likely they would have left.
Second thoughts here for Fnatic, looking like they wanted to end over towards C, but despite now, it's way over towards A.
Maybe overthinking it just a tad here.
Yeah, I mean, the time's really late. This is looking like a classic Fnatic. We got a 2-pass on fake over towards C without the spike. And then we got a... we got a... Wait, where are we going, guys? 20 seconds!
Maybe. Door's broken. No clearance onto the
Whoa!
Has his back.
How is this around? Guys, you got 10 seconds, dude.
Shots are rattled. You can feel it. It's getting hectic. It's getting messy. Trent cleaning up on
He killed the Plana.
It's against them now.
Yo!
It's fully against this Fnatic squad.
What is this, dude?
G2. They make the call. Not sure who it was, but to stack the bodies in the final moment there over towards A.
I never want to see this round again.
That round is on a nice
Don't even
edge.
give me a
You see
replay.
Chronicle come through from tree, and he's got players running away from him.
Oof.
I mean, the fact that Leaf also gets caught in this situation, the Guardian barrel just sticking out slightly, but it's this kill, Trent onto Chronicle, that I think really changes the game because...
I mean, Valid onto Boast, it changes the game. That was the spike.
And Josh is begging them to play time at the end there because there was no opportunity for a plant.
Dates Cowboy with the Prime, thank you for the 17 months, dude. Hold on, let me read this in a sec. That's a big kill over towards C. Forced them down to an eco. That's the round that forced them down to an eco.
Because they know that Leaf is going to be on this line. They're trying to punish him with marshals, with attack op.
They forced round before and then did that. Oh my god.
He can hold it down.
It's got to be careful here. Spots the body. How do you want to play this one? Backs himself into a corner.
He does have a little bit of support from Jonah P.
Poison's off.
And one of the things that this G2 comp is really good at is being able to passively regain information in the mid-round from the Tejo drone, from the Prowlers, from the Horns. They have used all of those now, though, and only Jonah P's Horn will be coming back later on.
Here.
Chronicle just sticking around to try to break that and make it feel like they could be going for a C re-hit. There's the Horn, though. Chronicle breaks it. But the shot comes from so far back that G2 already have the read anyway.
Valent's going to be seeing signs of life definitely occurring now.
Cover going out.
A long con here for Fnatic, just trying to earn up a few of those ults. Really working the map in the process.
Yeah,
and they found
I mean, they pivot over towards B, doesn't look too bad. Since the smoke goes down towards A, near door,
I think G2
kind of know that they've solved the
ready
fake.
for this. Jonah and Jorg.
I'm a question mark over towards here.
Stingers
on B.
Great
shot.
Wow,
man. The double marshal, can they pick one up? Yeah, they get one upgrade. Fine to plant on this one. I mean, Crashies maybe could go for something wild here, who knows?
Can he strike
a
dagger blow back
They
to
take
his
a
own
gamble
region?
that no one spawned.
Stun.
Great shot.
Just snaps at the Crashies. An off angle by Chronicle, baiting out with the first shot. Now you're going to see that.
Really nice from Leaf. Really, really good run to pick up the op as well.
G2 never without it, and it has brought it level 8-8.
Both teams playing that round pretty well, honestly. Just at the end of the day, a weapon difference.
Ooh, it's on.
That's a sick kill, though, from Leaf. You can see that Kayak, he knows exactly how Leaf wants to play it, and Leaf is still just daring him to come and challenge. Fnatic have a lockdown to try to work with here. Difficult to counter.
They're up against a Euro ult, maybe for the retake. We'll see.
But G2 pretty happy playing the retakes
And
as well.
Another big buy round. And G2's money's been kind of low. It's not been like crazy convincing. But if they do lose this, they're gonna have to eco.
Leaf is holding it. They wanted to
3-person fight over towards Mound again. Prowler goes in. My Omen flash off of it.
Still going to reveal
Nope.
their hands.
Okay.
So rifle shots ring out. Even trying to see if he can punish somebody going for that jump. But the Horns out into the open. Counter spam. It's Kayak trying to get the punish online, but
Damn, early TP over towards A as well.
Stood into that Omen one way. Got caught.
Then we blind
Feels
Omen
like
flash
G2 have been
fade.
winning a lot of these opening duels.
Toxins going up.
drone's going to be expended.
Prowler just cleared front B, and Alpha has pretty good timing. Thing's going to walk through a smoke, but he might take a 1v1 on site. Oh, dude, he was tempted to.
No matter where Boaster calls the team to
Boaster,
To the corner,
did you
tight
see
to the
him?
corner, Jorgamo has the escape policy.
Kind of looked like Boaster saw him there.
Alpha detected over here by the Horns.
Just trying to spam.
Headshot through the wall.
Following the traces. Well, still going to be alive for now, 41 health.
And in a 3v5 like this, you don't really want to invest the ultimates from Alpha Air and Crashies
Because they're going to
unless they can
save.
find a pick beforehand.
30 seconds left.
But look at the time. This is one of the problems with how slow Fnatic play.
Oh, they're
you get into
saving.
spots like this where you're down and you're not really in a position where
Well,
you
it's
can
the classic.
make a play to turn the round.
3K's coming
this
out
is
on
just
top
going
of
to be
this.
a save that waiting out the clock, and it's not a high energy way to end a round.
No.
It feels, I've got to
10
imagine, a
seconds
bit
left.
brutal to have to give up in spots like this, especially because
Leaf.
it allows
Really?
G2 to then put pedal
Yes.
to metal and try to punish.
Still
And
gets
that
the
is
kill.
such a punish. Looked like Leaf was just running the operator in to its doom.
To his demise, though. Two rifles intact for Fnatic, and that was the goal of it. But you're right, it's a low energy way to end the round, to think about what's coming next.
Yeah, there's that moment one-way finding value. George just spots Kayak, who's trying to get value from the Horn. Like, you can see what Kayak's going for,
Gun here.
but it's difficult amount. And Fnatic are going to take attack time out here. I think it's desperately needed. They've won both pistols in this map.
So maybe the pressure of the orbs at the moment is here.
I mean, maybe the coach
G2
is
4-person
telling them to
push over
take the
towards
shift
here with a fast
into
TP
fight for
to
A
B
control
to
instead of Mound
react.
at the start of the round.
Trying to take this one, overwhelming with the bodies in the util.
There's smoke out here, the
Setting
kind
Fallon up onto
Okay, but he didn't get spammed, so they kind of know the smoke's
by
clear.
their own horn. So Fnatic get the information.
And I do like this smoke that Boaster goes for over towards Rubble, but it's just been cleared immediately by the salvo, and G2 weren't really worried about it.
Exchange the stray shots.
Leaf has actually been pushed back this
He
time.
did hit him.
Yeah.
Not
Okay,
too
so
much
Fnatic create
contestation.
pressure over
And a
towards
nice
here.
smoke from Boaster,
But if you were
just
going to
right
hit
on top of
C,
Leaf's face.
would you not pick up the
And
orb?
suddenly, G2
They
don't
kinda
have
get
the same
info
level
that
of
maybe they
information over
haven't
towards
taken
C,
it.
but they're still playing C
Or they
soft
might be
for
going for,
retake
like,
and
prod,
stacking
I
bodies
guess.
on A, expecting this reclear, and they are so right.
Who's catching the play though? Strength jump spotting. Potentially sees
Great
it. Valent
shot.
unaware. Trying to get a move
Ah,
on.
great
Run
ult.
away. Kayak. Just a
Ah,
blow
he was
in
so
the
ready
opposite
for it, but he
series of
wasn't
Jonah
at the
P.
same
They've got
time.
those pieces. See if we can
Big
make
play
a
from
little
Jonah
bit
P.
more from it. What's going to be fading? Getting a bit of a run on.
Oh my god,
No way.
oh my god, my god, my god, my god. No way.
It's shut down by Alfia. Safe pair of hands. Jorgamo
Spike planted.
in his hands, trying to go for it. Flick of the wrist does not connect. A way to exit other than having his ult, but committing it in this spot in a 2v4. Not wise.
Giacomo, man.
Still even getting a wrap around.
He's still going to be able to afford an op in the next round anyway, so
Last player
when
standing.
Joel gets caught.
Yeah, he couldn't really do too much once he was over there.
Fnatic getting
And
it up to 9
he
here.
just doesn't want to use the
But I
ult.
think
It's just pointless in the
really you've got to be
2v4.
looking at how G2 executed in some of those moments. They had the right read.
That's so unlucky. It
They
was this
knew that
Jonah?
gonna
It
be
was
an A
Jonah,
reclear,
right?
But they didn't have somebody taking contact well
This was a
enough
great
for Valent
shot.
to play off this. Kayak snuck all the way back in off the back of Chronicle's
Oh.
Viper Wall. And then I think you could argue the execution here wasn't great either. Jonah finds the timing, utilizing the fact they're on land. It's difficult to hear these kind of footsteps, but he can't land the shot. And Alpha shuts it down.
Damn, Prius
Alpha
getting
once more
praised?
is going to go for the attack side.
Got
operating
signs
here.
for Prius?
Taking a peek. Seeing if he can punish a jump spot
What
on
world
A.
is this? And it's not insulting him, it's
Same explosion
complimenting
util
him.
from G2 looking to take control towards A Rubble. Pull
This
players
smoke.
up.
This smoke is a really nice adaptation. Coming out of the tactical timeout, it really has neutralized Leaf and allowed them to regain mount control. I mean, look what
It
it's
might
done.
be
You
sarcasm.
got the pull from one of the rotates.
you hold it up on the
Also
rounds
got
that they
this
did bad. Okay, yeah.
Gate crash in
Honestly.
spawn as well to try to support Leaf.
I'd like to think it's
And
that
it's
too.
just softened up the A side of the defense. Really good macro adjustments from Fnatic's coaches.
All grouped up now from Fnatic though. Trying to push players off away from A Rubble and just trying to take it slowly, steadily, but still that's bullets
Yeah,
raining down.
they gotta
Jonah P
force
is
away
there.
here.
Nightfall preemptive, and that's going to be a tag onto absolutely everyone.
Very nicely
It's the
done from
information they were looking
G2.
for. You see him push it out by G2 across the board.
Toxin screen down.
Yeah, and with the information, Leaf
Tucked himself in.
takes
It's
a
dangerous
lot of map
spot
control
well
as
for
well.
Chronicle. He gets
This is
support from Alpha
Spike.
here now, but he's
He's
the one with
supposed to
the spike.
TP across the open door.
Valor broken.
Omen flash, TP across.
Leaf will respect it. Off onto the corner. This
There's
is
a duel
25
over towards
seconds
B
left.
at the
Where
moment.
is this ending?
Boaster's trying to fake as if it's ended towards B. I think the spike should be headed to A.
Chaos, man. 20 seconds.
has a
20
chance for
seconds and we're
redemption
going
after
through
his
the
failed play
door
treated in
over
the last
towards
round.
A main with the
Spike's disjointed,
spike.
though. They've already got
I
players
can't
in
believe
and
what I
through
see when I
G2.
watch
Look
Fnatic
at the front
sometimes.
defend this one all the way. Dimensional drift spots it all out.
10
Now
seconds
setting
we're pushing
it
through this
onto 9
smoke.
seconds, and it's all dropped down.
Down A.
It's all crumbled. Fnatic, Chronicle. It's cheeky with the kills, consolation prizes at the end of the day, but it's not a round
Jesus,
win.
popping
That's
everyone.
what Fnatic were looking for.
He's absolutely popping everyone, but there's
Second
just
time in
no
this
time.
half that G2 have won based on the clock. And you won't see any other team in the tournament that loses as often as Fnatic. The
Oh, no
EMEA
doubt.
teams do tend to be slower,
Spike
but
down
Fnatic,
A.
honestly, they take it to a whole different level. And they're getting punished here. Trying to work the map as much as they possibly can, but not taking the right risks
Oh,
at the right time
by
to try to push
Chronicle
things forwards.
saves.
G2
Would
have
force
knocked
buy?
the economy down
Okay,
on Fnatic.
shot.
No, they decided to go for the force buy. They've got everything up
Dude,
here.
this was a last second force buy, by the way. There was like
Fnatic's
3
still doing all
seconds
right.
on the clock and they called the
But
force
three of
buy.
the players are on light armor.
Investing into it. Salvers towards the back. Rubble. Fnatic are grouped up though. Flash overhead. No signs of
John
life.
Peak didn't see anything.
G2 can
Open
see.
door, try and see what kind of reaction they get.
Yeah, passive kind of setup. Not looking to go for the reclear, the refight, G2.
Toxins going up.
but why would they need to? I mean, Leaf has still got pretty good information over towards
vision
Mount.
block, vision block.
Jonah P is getting them
Creates a
info
lot of
on B as
pressure.
well.
They could be walking into any of
They're set
these.
up quite nicely right now for an A or B finish.
Paranoia is going to be sweeping through, dissecting this B site. Go either way, though. Okay.
Attack Killjoy. Oh, this is nice.
One salvo is going to be weakening it, but not enough damage to really do the job. They clear most of the way here for Fnatic.
Another smoke? Wait for it.
This plan is almost destined to go down.
Okay, this is a nice round. This is a nice round.
back.
Do they hold on to the most important bit of map control? No one here.
A luck at a draw. G2
That worries me.
Take into this one a bit of random spam, perhaps.
Not a good plan for Heaven.
Fnatic should be set up to bring it level once more to the post plant. Util is even available. Again, bullets raining down. Not much cover. Fnatic will take it. Paranoia nade, ricocheting, rebounding. Tons of util at their disposal here.
Poor observers, man. Get the sarcastic sign out. What is this?
They're also going to do crazy economic damage to Fnatic because they're just essentially trapping them in the site. One escape path found, though, from Crashies and Kayak. So at least 3 guns are going to be
It's a nice run from Fnatic, though.
G2 never
Killjoy,
really
ult, smoke into Viper ult. It's simple, but I've never really seen it like in the split. You force them so far back as well with this ult.
Kind of gave up the ghost. And Fnatic draw things level again at 10-10. It's actually a rough buy here for G2.
Okay, they force.
Guardian for
Wait, at 10-10?
Valen only with a stinger.
God, these are really important rounds. Wait, dude, that is one of the most perfect timings I've ever seen of that. Off the fast pop of the nade. Can't get much better than that.
Seen that previously
yeah,
too.
and it was intended for Trent.
In the moment, but was just a little too slow on it. That's a great start for Fnatic. I think they've really struggled with the opening kills.
Very proactive from G2, looking to try and push all the way out of rubble. There's a Paranoia, even expending it, but this is being held all the way further back. Crossfire setups. I think are good for them, and G2 realised that would be an overextension.
I mean, a classic boaster is reclearing
all
this.
of that pressure, though, that was on the flank.
Classic boaster would always reclear this.
G2 pressured forwards, it actually pulled the defenders back, and it allowed Leaf
he would never not reclear this.
Properly.
Jonath's still staying around. There's going to be smokes on smokes. Hiding the intent of Fnatic. Has to be respected. Horn's
okay,
not gonna
Prowler
be
goes in. Wait, what's the actual call here?
He's still going to be sticking around here with 40 seconds left.
Trent has salvos, and he has the ult to be able to
1-2-1. Yeah, I'm nervous. So they B fake with a late A hit, hoping that the person holding over towards A kind of leans into this square, and they can go fast through door. 25. It might be. What Util's Jonah got? Nothing. When did he get his fade eye? 10. Tail is absolutely wrecked him. Crashes as a corner. 10 seconds. He's got to make the gauntlet run on his own through tree with the spike. 8 seconds. He's got to stick the plan.
Still time left. Alfie is going to try and defend this one.
It's some of the maddest rounds I've ever seen. Big 1v1. Holy, Alpha's a god. 32 HP. Dude, and it forces them down to an eco. They got no money. They're all sitting at like 2,500. Cannot believe the rounds. This was cool though.
All against them. Yes, they got the early kill and set themselves up in a decent spot, but they were just barreling towards the site, desperate to try to get something going. And again, the superstar, I think, is Alpha, yeah.
Oh, for sure. How does he win this one? Insta dink through the wall, fast bullet.
And then Alpha, he wins that 1v1 towards the end, even with Leaf holding for it. Josh is not happy about that. G2 have taken attack timeout instantly afterwards. 3 situations where the clock has been bad for Boaster.
Insane.
And 1 recovered. Chronicle and Alpha, yeah, the players that have been by Boaster's side through thick and thin, winning multiple tournaments with it. 26-13 for Chronicle.
Fnatic, man, they're kind of fun to watch because of it, though.
Everybody else on Fnatic,
like, sure, they do like slow, methodical map control. You could probably go AFK for like the first 1 minute. But when it gets to the last 40, 30 seconds, they're intense.
This entire map has been on a knife's edge all the way through. Fnatic go the ones finding it. Potentially the straw that breaks the camel's back if you are G2.
Yeah, I think that could be the round that you look back on that really made the difference. Josh is expending his timeout, maybe expecting not to get a chance for another one, frankly, because G2, it was a bold pick taking Fnatic to Lotus, but they may have been punished. Losing both pistols and not being able to stop them
low
on the
buy,
clock
like
there.
we said.
Valent steps
And
up with the
Fnatic will
stingers
know
to
for
try
sure
to
they're on
see
a
if
low
they can
buy,
win
2,500 pretty
miracle
much for
round and draw
everyone.
things level again.
Prowler goes in, hits the furthest person back. So if they start running early like they did, they're going to get that information. But then they start walking back.
Tiptoeing around the map though from
Dude,
Fnatic.
look at this.
Really
Oh, they
see if
know
can
that they heavy
clear.
rotated out just because the Prowler went so deep over towards it. They know they're flying C.
But the rifles here, Valent
Jesus.
barely able there to escape and exit.
This whole map has
Before
been
information, G2
insane, I
trying to
swear.
clear up most of the map. Fnatic, slow game of theirs. Definitely applies the pressure evenly here to G2.
I know the time's going to get low. No matter what happens, I know we're not doing anything for the next 20 seconds.
No, it looks like the
Re
spike's
clear
gonna
over
make its way
towards A,
towards
and do
this
we see
setup
any
from
kills from
Jordan
it?
and from Jonah. There's a seize.
All broken.
Gorgamo
respects
TP's
it.
out of
Okay,
there.
big
He's
match
like, well, we
coming
might
out.
as well play down the
At this
clock.
point, G2 are just trying
Pressure
to
over
play the
towards
clock
B, so
again.
it's looking like they're going to split over towards
30
B once the
seconds.
killjoy's here.
You have seize, you have
30
flashes.
seconds, still not open the door.
Getting to delay.
Crashies has his ult.
Fnatic to try and
25
get a move on here. There's
seconds.
a round you cannot
Oh, this might be one of the
afford. Now they get
faster
the
ones, to be
weaker
honest.
weaponry, G2. Sidestep, Nightfall, gonna be
Plant before the
avoided,
first
at least for
15
now.
seconds,
Utah
last
fire
15
forward,
seconds.
sees.
It's
Don't find
early,
the
you've got plenty of
connection.
time.
Paranoia swings forwards, boasters
One of the
there.
faster rounds I've seen.
Ready to
Wait,
take
what
the
happened
fight.
here?
They claim to most of the
That's
site. They need some help when
that's
he's out of
client-sided.
kayak. Drifting into
Oh
it.
my
Trying to
goodness.
take the fight straight to them.
Jesus.
It's a bloodbath
Chat, it's
towards
client-sided.
heaven.
I'll explain it in a little bit.
One away from the ult. Kayak is going to be happy with that. And the last one spotted out, rooted out.
Toxins going up.
People just look to do some damage here.
Okay, so see the top of the Viper wall. It goes like this, right?
23.
Our view is different to his view. It's client-sided. It's
That
pretty
shows you
much
that the
different
composure
times
is
for
still
every
there for
single
Fnatic.
person.
Not getting rattled towards the
So
end, still trying to optimize.
He couldn't
even the
see him,
smallest
but we
bits.
could see him.
And that could be an ultimate that's a game changer and stops G2 from being able to pull off a comeback. Both of these teams have got good mentals. But G2 are going to need two really clean rounds here, even against the ult coming out from Kayak.
You
Jordan
drew the same
Frank
wall?
been
Sorry,
really
you want me
good
to
at
do
denying
like...
value from Kayak's ultimate
What would it be?
when the sides were swapped.
That?
But I think a showstopper's exactly the
To
right
end up
kind
being
of
the
tool
same each
to
time.
complement
You
both
guys
the
get what I'm
slower
doing.
calling style,
Kind of,
'cause
hopefully.
It will allow you
Why
just
can't
to
I do
open up
that?
the sights towards the end of the rounds.
Toxins
Now
going
to
up.
speed up entirely. G2,
Okay, there we go.
they don't want to be budged.
Toxin screen down.
Dude, my
Raining
brain
themselves
melts with
here,
that.
Leaf and
I
Valley
really
now
struggle.
towards
I've got to really think
C-Bound.
about it.
Stray shots
Okay, two
forward,
chances.
and now here's the
Raise ult
pressure.
to force this if they want to.
Prowler broken. Stray shots, you know that Valent's sticking around. Leaf. Valen eventually going to concede that space and give it up. On either side, there's a deep drone and a deep push. G2.
Drone
getting
goes
active over
aggro,
Orte.
but they have the alarm bot,
Alpha, yeah, has a
so
little bit of an
they
opening
don't
on
know
B.
that they... Oh, they do know that they pushed all the
But
way.
this
Double
fight
pass and
was
hold,
able to
though.
define the round. Alpha's in on B.
Alpha's
Yeah,
walks
Alpha
over towards
completely
B and got the
cracked
most
open the
important
B
kill
side
that can
now.
go back. Where does
Gonna
Alpha go? Heaven?
squeeze a pincer
There's no one
play.
over towards Heaven.
Over to Orte, all that
There's
aggression
Yori
of G2,
TP.
which
Does he
is
take the Yori TP?
dissipated.
Fakes the
Get
Yori
off that
TP.
scrap
Sees that it's a
and
fake.
jumps
All goes
down.
in. My goodness, there's so much damage done.
Jorma will get it, but Crashies is
Absolute
there.
chaos right
Cleans
now,
it up.
dude.
3 players left to stand
Keep
here.
an eye on,
Most of the plan's gonna be
keep an eye on
sticking this
Chronicle's luck.
safety in the back of his mind.
Boy, what a
Crashies
save you
is
killed
watching
that
it
was.
all
Boast
leave.
was dead.
Slipped his way in, found that timing and that gap. This is it, surely. Fnatic
8 bullets.
on the cusp, on the brink of taking map 1. G2's map pick, it's all on to Leaf. 6 bullets left, timing not there.
Damn, nicely done from Fnatic. Holy hell, it didn't feel convincing, and they had to get a double pistol, but they got there.
And it's a deadly duo for Fnatic to finish things off. Alpha and Chronicle, the last left alive to pull Fnatic over the line. A brilliant